Hi YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing okay. I just had a shock a little bit ago here. Our sheriff's office came to talk to Doug about some stuff, and once again they couldn't find the door. They came up to my window, and I'm sitting here watching a recipe on coleslaw dressing that goes on the coleslaw, and I hear him talking through my window. It startled me. I'm like, okay, this has been happening like too often with these cops around here. But anyway, like it was about a week ago, one was looking for a guy that had come over to buy some part or trade something with Doug. I can't remember what it was. He had been gone for a few hours, and his friends and wife got worried or whatever, and they sent the cops over here looking for the guy. It's like, okay. Well, anyway, so I'm just kind of right now just getting over that little bit of a shock. He told Doug to apologize to me because I didn't talk to him. I just went out and told Doug there's somebody by my window talking. I think he said, "Is Doug there?" I'm not sure what he said. He said a couple different things, and it was freaking me out. It's like, because I had my window cracked, I could sort of hear him, but talk about cracked, more like whacked. The topic of my video today is the amount of filthy conversation women will be around just to be glorified by whatever men would talk like that around them. Wow. We really do teach people how to treat us by what we allow in our lives, you know. Wow. I was a little astounded. I'll tell you a little bit about it in a minute here. There was a live stream of somebody that I subscribed to, and I went over there and I heard this one man in particular talking just filthy about female body parts. And I don't know if there was like one or two women there, but one anyway, for sure. And I said hi to everybody, and then I heard this, and I'm like, I'm out of here. And then I was thinking to myself, what type of woman is going to sit there and talk to these men that are talking to her in front of her in these filthy ways, you know? Made me feel sorry for the lady. Well, she's not, I don't know if she's a lady, but made me feel sorry for the person wanting to be recognized that much that she would tolerate that in her life. It's like, oh, you don't want that kind of recognition, lady. No. Walk away. You can, if you don't want to do better than that, you probably won't. And the same with the men. If you could say something filthy in front of a woman and she would tolerate that, you have to ask yourself, what kind of caliber of woman did I just get involved with? Unless there's only one involvement in your mind, then by all means have at it, you know? So anyway, so cheers. Because I was raised around some pretty filthy stuff that I thought, here are people that I was raised around, like doing things within society and big to-dos, la-di-da, ski type of stuff, whatever. But yet their mindset was that of just wicked, just filthy. I don't know. Yeah, I think you get where I'm going with this, though. Really, you have to value yourself before you're going to get anybody of value in your life. And unless it's like a one-night stand thing. But even in that, How could you sully yourself or another human being, even with that? Why wouldn't you want it to be a forever thing? I mean, some people, I suppose they really don't. Being monogamous isn't always a good thing for some people. I can probably see that, that they probably shouldn't even try to be if they never are and never were, that type of, I don't know, just talking out loud. But, oh man. So, yeah. Yeah, I just like I do in my real life, if I hear or see or encounter, I mean, I'll say something in front of even a whole crowd of people. I have before. People were up on, like if they're up on stage and they've got a microphone and I can be heard too, I'll be like, well, that was really crude, or that was rude, or little obscene, don't you think? Or, one of my barbarisms. Now that's truly barbaric. There's the meaning of barbarism right there. When I open my mouth in public against the filthy and wicked conversations that people have, and they don't think anything of it. There's a way to even talk about sexuality in a somewhat humorous or lusty way without really being a total filthy slut. There's ways that people can interact if they're single or on the dating scene without being total scumbuckets. Holy shit. If you're a lady and you're around that type of stuff, well, then you're really not going to do any better for yourself. Might as well just roll over and play dead, because you already gave yourself to the dark force just by participating, just by listening to that ish. That's nasty. Oh, that was bad. Well, I won't be making that mistake again. At least not with the same channel. Oh, wow. I bake a lot when I don't feel good, and I don't always eat it, but I did yesterday. I got off here and I went in, and the first thing I did was make like a shortbread dough. Um, so I made these dream bars. So you make the first layer is walnuts and confectioner sugar, butter, and flour. And you get that all crumbly and you press it in the bottom of a pan, and um, you bake it and then bring it out, and then you put sweetened condensed milk on that, chocolate chips, coconut, and more crushed walnuts on top, and bake it some more for about 20 minutes, and it comes out all toasty and yummy, and they were good. Doug was only going to have 2. I didn't even tell him he could have any. I just put them on the counter, and I had some pizza rolls and cottage cheese. That's kind of one of my quick meals if I don't feel good, and that was one of those nights. Then I had some of my bars, and they were good. I had like a couple little ones, but then I had 3 more bigger ones, but it wasn't entirely just junky ingredients in there, so like with the nuts and coconut, and yeah, they probably aren't the best for people, but they really tasted good. Yeah, I think they're called dream bars. I don't know. I ran across, I listened to this Southern cook in the kitchen with Tally Faye. And so one of Faye's recipes, she thought she had encountered these cookie bars in like some kind of church function or something when she was a little kid. And I know that's probably the same places like Doug and I had them, you know. Minnesota in particular is really big on cookie bars and hot dishes, you know. So we know we had these things before. I just had never made them. Or if I did, it was so long ago it escapes me because I've baked thousands and thousands of things. Even within one Christmas, when I was a kid, we'd make thousands of cookies, even some of them only that big, called Spritz cookies. They're like a Danish butter cookie. Um, and you can make them in different colors and different shapes. And like I'd make a star and I'd stick a Hershey's chocolate kiss in the middle of the thing. I'd make like hundreds of all these different kind of Spritz cookies and different things for Christmas time, you know, when I was a kid. Thousands of cookies. I can't. And then in bakeries and working in the school, I mean, I have baked so much. Just probably hundreds of thousands of treats, different things. So yeah, I get my moods. So I didn't eat these things right away, and I told Doug I'm not going to cut them till they cool. So that'll be like later. And he did look like a little kid sitting on the edge of his chair. He's just hoping that I would just let him dig into them things or cut them so he could. And I didn't say anything till way later at night. And even when I had some, I didn't say enjoy them or anything. I just left them out on the stove, covered. So he would have to actually take some of my cookies without being invited to do so. It sounds rude, but I mean, it's kind of the position he's put me in and put himself in. So, and besides, I have to do something special with his birthday coming up. See, it's the 18th. 2 more days. Well, I have something in mind. Really, I actually really do. But yeah, so that was fun. Yeah. Oh, he deserves it. You know, if you knew the I could say discrepancies, but that's a good word that covers what it's like for me to be able to digest a meal in peace in my own home. So for me to be a little on the mean side, that's just a little bit. That's mild compared to what I've gone through. It's just mild. But I do have more planned. It's just little things here and there, you know. And it's called boundaries, actually. When a narcissist does things like I'm going to do, it's almost like a male cat that's out of control that goes around spraying everything. That's what a narcissist reminds me of. When I put my boundaries up, it's like, this is as far as you go, period. You know, and that's what's with conversation too. There's only so much that a woman or a lady should tolerate, and that part is zero when it comes to filthy language in front of her. You know, really, it's zero. Don't think that there is any leeway on that at all. Because if a man respects you, he's not going to be filthy in front of you. That's a fact. So, but to do that out on the internet, wow. I wish my friend, question mark, had said something in defense of the women that were in the room. But I don't know, something might have been said after I left. I don't know. But time will tell. I know if I had stuck around, I would have said something, but I'm not into arguments with babies like that. It's like, if you don't have enough human respect not to be talking about people like that, oh, wow. I'm not saying women don't do it too. I've heard some really crass, really filthy stuff come out of women's mouths, and that's pretty surprising most of the time, you know. And I have had my moments where I've said some things you probably wouldn't expect me to say, you know. It's a little different. I had passed around a meme today. It really, I used to drink whiskey. I would drink it on purpose if I had to confront somebody, like, with a toughness that I normally didn't possess. But keep in mind, I was given shots of whiskey when I was 5 years old, and then my dad's friends would laugh because I could down a shot of whiskey and just go, like the big guys, you know. But I wrote, or the meme says, after my fourth whiskey, I heard it whisper, now's the time to tell people what you really think. And I put on top, I had my moments, LOL. It is true. I actually did that entirely on purpose just for that reason. And it worked. In a time where I had to be tougher towards somebody that I didn't want to be. But I made it happen. That's how I made it happen. I used those spirits. Anyway. For good. Eventually it turned out good. So, yeah, I had somebody tell me yesterday, like I came on here because like I had to prove something, or I'm in way too deep, or shit, I was born in way too deep. Go away, you little troll. You have no clue what you're talking about. What am I supposed to do? Pack up my bags out of my house that I paid for and leave it to somebody that wants to bully me? Go f yourself. No, I'm a fighter. I'm just telling my friends the fight I'm in. If you're not a friend of mine, that's okay. I probably won't like you either, you know? Yeah, it's always the woman. If the woman's, like, in a bad situation, it's like, well, you should just leave. Well, why not the other way around? Why is it all the woman supposed to what? Raise the kids, take care of the house, pay for the fucking house, you know, half of it, and then what? Walk away from it, abandonment, and just give everything I've worked for away? All the trees, all the plants, my whole life's work, decades of work? I'm in way too deep. Oh, am I really? Gee, where were you born? Mars? Seems to me we're all in way too deep. It reminds me of a song. I don't know what one. Something just kind of hit me there. Something. I bet there's some lyrics like that. Oh, it's like, I was telling Doug we should make part of our property a cemetery. Then you can go tax exempt too. But and I'm not kidding, this is not a joke. But then I told him we could call it Forest Lawn. Now that is a song, and that was a joke. And then I said Forrest Gump Lawn. Wouldn't that be a funny name for a cemetery? Oh my goodness. Forest Lawn is like where they plant all the dead soldiers, you know. So. Oh, that's Arlington, I think, cemetery. No, there's some Forest Lawn thing in California or something. Can't remember. I was going to listen to the song, but I wasn't in the mood. It's like, nah. I think it's kind of like on the countryside, and I'm not in that type of mood today. I'm more in a disturbed type of mode. Like down with the sickness, you know. Open up your hate and let it flow into me, you know. Most people do. You might as well also. Yeah. How to confront an atheist, I'm thinking. Well, everything is just a matter of opinion when it really comes down to it. So if people say, well, like, I'm chosen people, and other people are like, well, there is no God, so, you know, you're freaking delusional, you know. I'm just thinking, you know, how people think. And I think of all the miracles of life, and that they're delusional because they don't realize the intent that our Creator, our Father, had in making us, you know. And I think, wow, how distant can you be? How disconnected from our Creator and each other. How lonely that must feel. I don't know that I would call myself any set religion, but, you know, I really can't anymore, because what people call a Christian, do they actually reform anybody? I mean, do you see any change in the people that call themselves Christians? Or Jewish, or Catholic, or whatever? Is there any actual moral change in any of these people that claim a religion? You know? Or us personally? Does us putting our name on a church or a religion make us more worthy? You know? Does that prove that, like if I say I'm a Christian, does that prove I have God in my heart? You know? Can say you're chosen by God, but is there any absolute proof of them facts, you know? When people just say things. It's like this woman jumped my shit about Israel being the chosen people and Jerusalem's protected and blah, 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 blah. And what I didn't read or what I did read, and I just told her, you have to look into language deeper. You have to look into the words. And Israel is a person that God was talking to, not an actual whole people. So they can think and do whatever they want after that. It's nothing I can do about it. So anyway. If he was talking to groups of people, and then he's talking to the churches. And there's 7 separate ones of them. The 7 spirits of God. Where do you fall in on those levels? You know. who do you identify as? Yeah. Maybe you're just the angel of the bottomless pit. Insatiable, never quenched, just bottomless. That's the way them cookie bars made me feel. I would have ate more, but I was too full. No, really, and I didn't get like sugar sick with them. It had enough walnuts in there and coconut and only a half a bag of chocolate chips on a whole sheet of cookie things. So they weren't like overly sweet or anything. They were just pretty good. Like a power bar. Really, they were probably healthier than like you buy those like Nature Valley bars or them. We used to have them around here. I was never really big on them, but we'd have them. I used to like these things. I can't even find them anymore. They were made by Carnation or the Nestle Company, which is incorporated with Kraft and Nabisco and all of them that have fetal cells in there. And Lay's potato chips, the Lay's products, Pepsi, PepsiCo. I could go on, but they're incorporated and they all have this. You can look it up, the patents online. It's not fake, it's all real, what I just said. Craft. Which craft? Which craft are they going to use on us today? So anyway, but Carnation used to make these breakfast bars that I really loved. They had ones called strawberry and cream. And I would take 2 of them to work when I first started nursing. Going to nursing school and working after work or class. And so I'd take 2 of these things, and they were like all I needed for the whole day. Sometimes I wasn't even hungry when I got home at night. They were that full of vitamins, and now you can't even find them. And I always wondered, why did they stop making them things? Because they really were good. They were healthy. And I know they were because, and they had a lot of protein in there, whey protein, which I run really well on. If I can't get anything else, I'll drink a glass of milk for energy. That's always my best bet as far as staying strong and healthy, you know. It's like the night before I had salad. Last night I had pizza rolls, which isn't really healthy, but tonight I've got to make something healthy. So I'm thinking like coleslaw and I don't know what else. Or maybe I'll wait on the coleslaw till tomorrow. Because I am thinking about making some buffalo chicken, you know, with the hot sauce, buffalo sauce. But I use chicken breasts. I don't make the wings. I used to do all that, but nah, I just like to put it on a salad and then have blue cheese dressing with it. It's good like that. Easy to eat, not as messy. So I might save the coleslaw to make with that. Maybe I'll make that on Doug's birthday. Or I was thinking of spaghetti, maybe meatballs. I don't know. I'll have to consider it. I'm not gonna really like go out of my way, but I will honor his birthday, you know. God must have made him for some reason, you know. That's what he does with all of us. And even yesterday, me going in on a chat where the conversation was filthy, it must have happened for the reason that I was supposed to speak about it, you know. So, and if it bothered me, it bothered all decent women and men. And if it didn't, then that really is not the place for me, you know. So, I'm going to get this uploaded. I appreciate y'all joining me. I hope you have a really nice night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Oh, hey, isn't that cool? Them buttons. I don't know if you can see them. Maybe. There's 4 buttons up there. I just think it's pretty. Talk to you tomorrow.